In the heart of the Roman Empire, a child was born into one of the most powerful families in the world. His name was Lucius Domitius Ahenobarbus. History would remember him by another name, Nero. Centuries later, people would argue about his life. Some called him a monster. Some called him a victim of history. Others believed the truth lay somewhere in between. Nero was born in 37 AD. Rome stood at the height of its power. Its armies controlled vast territories. Its roads stretched across continents. Its emperors ruled millions of people. To outsiders, the empire seemed invincible, but inside the imperial palace, danger existed everywhere. Power attracted ambition, and ambition often led to betrayal. Nero's mother was Agrippina. She was intelligent, ambitious, and determined. Many feared her influence. Many admired her strength. She understood Roman politics better than most men around her. From the moment Nero was born, she imagined a remarkable future for him. She believed her son was destined for greatness. Life inside the imperial family was never peaceful. Every meal carried political meaning. Every friendship could become a rivalry. Every alliance could disappear overnight. Young Nero grew up surrounded by whispers, secrets, and hidden agendas. He learned early that power rarely came without danger. When Nero was only a child, his father died. The loss changed everything. Agrippina suddenly found herself fighting for survival. Political enemies surrounded her. The imperial court became increasingly dangerous. For a time, Nero and his mother lived far from power. Yet Agrippina never abandoned her ambitions. Years later, an opportunity appeared. The Roman emperor, Claudius, became interested in Agrippina. The relationship shocked many Romans, but Agrippina saw possibility. Marriage would place her near the center of power once again, and perhaps one day, her son could stand there too. The marriage transformed Nero's future. Suddenly, he lived inside the imperial palace. The boy who once stood outside power now stood beside it. Influential senators greeted him. Generals noticed him. Political leaders studied him carefully. Many sensed that his future might become important. Soon, Emperor Claudius adopted Nero. This decision changed Roman history. Nero became the emperor's official heir. Other candidates lost influence. Some families celebrated, others worried. The competition for power had become much more serious. As Nero grew older, special teachers guided his education. The most famous among them was Seneca. Seneca was a philosopher. He believed wisdom mattered more than wealth. Reason mattered more than emotion. Virtue mattered more than power. He hoped Nero would become a wise ruler. Nero admired Seneca. He listened carefully. The young prince enjoyed literature, poetry, and public speaking. He appeared intelligent, curious, confident. Many Romans believed he possessed enormous potential. The future seemed bright. As the years passed, Nero became increasingly popular. People liked his personality. He appeared approachable. Unlike many nobles, he seemed comfortable speaking with ordinary citizens. Crowds often greeted him warmly. His popularity continued growing throughout Rome. Meanwhile, Agrippina carefully protected her son's position. She built alliances. She rewarded supporters. She removed obstacles. Every decision moved Nero closer to power. Her influence reached every corner of the palace. Few people dared challenge her. Then, in 54 AD, Emperor Claudius died. The news shocked Rome. Questions immediately followed. Some suspected natural causes. Others whispered about poison. Rumors spread quickly through the city. The truth remained uncertain. History would never fully solve the mystery. Claudius was gone. The empire needed a new ruler. Nero was only 16 years old, yet he suddenly became emperor. Crowds gathered in celebration. The Senate approved the transition. Many Romans welcomed their young ruler with hope. The beginning of Nero's reign surprised many people. He governed responsibly. He listened to advisors. He respected the Senate. He appeared thoughtful and reasonable. Even critics admitted that the young emperor showed promise. Rome entered a period of optimism. Seneca remained one of Nero's closest advisors. Together with experienced officials, he helped guide the empire. Government functioned efficiently. Trade expanded. Public projects continued. The economy remained stable. Many historians later described these as Nero's best years. The people of Rome enjoyed entertainment. They loved races, theaters, festivals, public celebrations. Nero understood this. He often supported cultural events and public spectacles. His popularity continued increasing. For several years, the empire appeared stable. The borders remained secure. The government functioned well. Most citizens felt hopeful. Many believed Nero might become one of Rome's greatest emperors. Few imagined how dramatically things would change. Yet power slowly changes people, especially when nobody can truly challenge it. As Nero gained confidence, he relied less on advice. He trusted his own judgment more. Criticism became harder to accept. Patience became more difficult. The first signs of change appeared. Agrippina expected gratitude. After all, she had helped place Nero on the throne. She believed she deserved influence. She wanted a voice in important decisions. At first, Nero tolerated her involvement, but gradually tensions emerged. Mother and son began arguing more frequently. Agrippina wanted control. Nero wanted independence. Neither wished to compromise. Members of the court noticed the growing conflict. Many worried about where it might lead. As the relationship deteriorated, Nero sought distance. He spent more time with trusted friends, more time pursuing personal interests, less time listening to his mother. Agrippina interpreted this as betrayal. The situation worsened. Nero increasingly enjoyed artistic pursuits. Music fascinated him. Poetry fascinated him. Theater fascinated him. He dreamed about performing before audiences. Many ordinary Romans appreciated these interests. Traditional elites did not. Roman society valued military achievement, political leadership, discipline, self-control. An emperor acting like an artist seemed unusual. Some senators found it embarrassing. Others found it dangerous. Nero ignored their concerns. The emperor loved applause. He loved admiration. He loved public attention. The stage offered something politics could not: direct appreciation. The more he performed, the more he enjoyed it. The more he enjoyed it, the more criticism followed. Meanwhile, Agrippina continued losing influence. The distance between mother and son became impossible to hide. The palace divided into factions. Supporters chose sides carefully. Everyone understood the situation had become dangerous. Then tragedy struck. Agrippina died, under suspicious circumstances. The details remained debated. Ancient historians blamed Nero. Some modern historians questioned parts of the story, yet the accusation survived, and so did the damage to Nero's reputation. After Agrippina's death, something changed. The cautious young emperor disappeared. A different Nero emerged, more confident, more unpredictable, more willing to ignore criticism. The empire entered a new chapter. Seneca still offered advice. Other officials still urged moderation, but their influence weakened. Nero preferred freedom. He wanted fewer restrictions. He wanted to govern on his own terms. The balance of power shifted. As the year 64 AD approached, Rome remained magnificent. Its streets were crowded, its markets were busy, its temples stood proudly above the city. Yet beneath the surface, tensions were growing, and soon, one catastrophic event would change Nero's life forever. The flames were coming. One summer night in 64 AD, a fire broke out in Rome. At first, it seemed like many other fires. The city had experienced them before. Most were quickly controlled. Most caused limited damage. This fire would be different, very different. Strong winds carried the flames through crowded neighborhoods. Wooden buildings ignited rapidly. Narrow streets trapped terrified residents. Families rushed into the darkness, carrying whatever they could save. The fire spread faster than anyone expected. Panic consumed the city. For 6 days, the flames raged. Entire districts disappeared. Markets collapsed. Homes vanished. Temples suffered damage. Smoke covered the sky. The capital of the Roman Empire seemed helpless before the destruction. Thousands lost everything. Children searched for parents. Parents searched for children. People wandered through the ruins in shock. Rome had survived wars and invasions, yet now it seemed defeated by fire. At the time the fire began, Nero was outside the city. When he received the news, he returned immediately. He organized emergency relief. He opened public buildings to refugees. He ordered food supplies distributed. Many citizens appreciated these efforts. Others remained suspicious. Soon, rumors began spreading. Who started the fire? Was it an accident? Was it deliberate? People searched desperately for explanations. In times of disaster, rumors often spread faster than facts. Rome was no exception. One rumor became especially famous. Some claimed Nero watched the city burn while performing music. Others claimed he sang about ancient tragedies. As the flames consumed Rome, the story spread quickly, yet historians still debate whether it ever happened. Evidence remains uncertain. The fire eventually ended. But Rome looked different. Entire neighborhoods had vanished. Large areas remained covered in ash. The destruction created both grief and opportunity. Nero intended to rebuild. The emperor launched ambitious construction projects. New safety regulations appeared. Streets became wider. Building materials changed. Future fires would be harder to spread. Some Romans admired these improvements. Yet one project attracted special attention. Nero ordered the construction of a magnificent palace, the Domus Aurea, the Golden House. Its scale shocked the city. Its luxury amazed visitors. The palace stretched across enormous areas of land. Gardens, artificial lakes, decorated halls, golden ceilings, exotic artworks. It represented wealth beyond imagination. Many citizens questioned the timing. Rome still suffered from the fire. Families struggled to rebuild their lives. Yet the emperor built a palace. Unlike anything the city had ever seen, resentment grew. Meanwhile, Nero became increasingly devoted to performance. He sang publicly, he acted on stage, he competed in artistic events. Applause brought him happiness, criticism brought him anger. Roman tradition expected emperors to lead armies, to govern, to command respect. Nero preferred admiration. He wanted audiences. He wanted recognition as an artist. Many senators viewed this behavior with concern. Political tensions intensified. Whispers filled the Senate. Conversations became accusations. Some nobles believed Nero was no longer fit to rule. Opposition slowly organized itself. Eventually, conspiracies emerged. Secret meetings took place behind closed doors. Influential Romans discussed the future. Many feared speaking openly. Trust disappeared. Fear replaced it. When plots were discovered, Nero reacted harshly. Suspected enemies faced punishment. Trials followed. Executions followed. The atmosphere became increasingly tense. The emperor trusted fewer people each year. Even Seneca, his former teacher, faced suspicion. The relationship between student and mentor deteriorated. The wise philosopher who once guided Nero now stood at a distance. Their partnership belonged to the past. As the years passed, problems multiplied across the empire. Military leaders became dissatisfied. Provincial governors questioned authority. Public confidence weakened. The foundations of Nero's power began to crack. Far from Rome, rebellion appeared. Some commanders refused loyalty. Others sensed weakness. The emperor who once seemed secure now faced threats from every direction. The crisis deepened. Support disappeared surprisingly quickly. Former allies abandoned him. Officials changed sides. Political survival often mattered more than loyalty. Nero discovered how lonely power could become. The Senate finally turned against him. The decision changed everything. For years, Nero had ruled the empire. Now the empire rejected him. The balance of power shifted completely. News reached Nero rapidly. His enemies advanced. His supporters vanished. The city no longer felt safe. The emperor prepared to leave Rome, perhaps forever. Under the cover of darkness, Nero fled. Only a small group remained beside him. The streets that once celebrated him now felt hostile. The journey felt unreal. His empire was slipping away. As he traveled, Nero struggled to accept reality. Only a few years earlier, he controlled the Roman world. Now he searched for shelter. The contrast felt impossible, yet it was real. Eventually, he reached a villa outside the city. There, he faced a terrible decision. Capture seemed inevitable. His enemies moved closer. Time was running out. According to ancient accounts, Nero reflected on his life, his achievements, his mistakes, his ambitions, his failures. History cannot know his exact thoughts, but the moment must have felt overwhelming. In June of 68 AD, Nero died. The last ruler of the Julio-Claudian dynasty was gone. The young prince who once inspired hope had reached a tragic end. His reign was finished. Yet Nero's story did not end with his death. Writers continued discussing him. Historians debated him. Some portrayed a monster. Others described a more complicated figure. The arguments continued for centuries. Today, Nero remains one of history's most controversial rulers. Some remember the emperor associated with Rome's Great Fire. Some remember the artist who wanted applause more than power. Some remember the tyrant. Others remember the man behind the legend. But one image survives above all others. A crown, a city of ashes, and the emperor forever linked to both, the crown of ashes.